Sergio.
Ron. How are you?
Hey, man. I'm bulletproof.
You're bulletproof?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, guys. Welcome to another fine edition of the Post-Credit Show. I'm your host, Ronnie.
And I'm Serge, the Urge for Serge.
Hey, Serge.
How are you?
We're trying to do the cool assassin's greeting that they do through all the John Wick movies.
Yeah.
I guess I should have learned sign language for Serge, but I remember Wick.
Wick.
Right. So yeah, we're talking John Wick movies, all three of them. Yeah, we'd love for you guys to chime in. Let us know what you thought of these fine films. And yeah.
This is the third one. I saw all three of them too.
Cool. Yeah. And I think they've perfected the genre.
Is there going to be a fourth one, Ronnie?
I mean, they certainly set it up for one. I mean, why would they stop?
Yeah. I saw it in 3 formats. So I saw one on my laptop,
The first one on your laptop?
the second one on my phone, and the third one in the theater. It's definitely a theater movie.
Yes. Yeah. Let's jump right into how soon you should see it.
I say watch it in theaters. Yeah.
How soon in theaters?
Before it leaves theaters.
Okay. So maybe this month, 2 months?
Maybe it'll be around for 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
Yeah, okay.
It's reasonable.
Yep. I say see it today.
See it today. Wow.
Yes, I give it an enthusiastic review. Might be my favorite film so far this year. Like it's really shining bright right now for me.
Yeah. At first I thought it was just going to be like an action movie, but it's really entertaining.
It's so entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's throw up that spoiler, and just dive into all these movies.
Well, was there any post-credits to begin with?
Oh, no post-credit scenes.
No post-credit scenes. Okay.
I don't know about the other two, but I doubt it. Not every franchise needs a post-credit scene.
Okay.
They can actually connect their movies in, their own narrative.
Rachel saying Big Bro and Sergio. Thank you, Rachel.
Oh, thanks, Rach. And Gwen Williams says she likes the third one the best.
I think I like the third one the best too.
Yeah, it's something. Yeah, like something that really showed me in like the theater, like people were laughing quite a bit at different moments. And I'm like, oh wow, where did this comedy come from? Because I wasn't laughing for the other two, were you?
No, not really. This one, they put like a little spice on it,
Yeah, and it's like the perfect counter note. I feel like we're talking about wine.
It complements the movie.
Yeah, it's complimentary. Like, because a lot of John Wick narrative is pretty serious and dire, all about rules and regulations. So having like these comedic elements to counterbalance it, beautiful. Like, I was like exploring, like, is this action comedy? Just letting my mind go with it. What do you think? Is this an action comedy?
I don't think it was intentionally comedy. It just
It had to be intentional. Because comedy is all about timing, just like fight scenes. Mm-hmm. And they're timing their fight scenes and choreographing it to the letter. Like you should see some of the background video what these guys do for
for what?
For these action sequences. Like it's insane how it's all orchestrated. Like the dog running up the wall, that's a real dog.
It looked choreographed, you're right.
Yeah, it's choreographed.
Definitely. It looked like, but some of the scenes were kind of silly. Like the guy was intentionally waiting there for the dog to jump on him, and I was like, okay,
yeah,
it's still funny,
maybe. Oh, I love all these action scenes. Like you can just pick them out and talk about them. Like let's do the dog scene right now. Halle Berry. She got pissed that someone shot at her dog, and of course John Wick's like, I understand.
Yeah.
You're like, him, going on a killing spree because of a puppy is funny inherently, and finally they're able to make fun of it a little more.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, typically it's somebody that got killed. Their family. They killed their family.
Right.
Or
Like
a
any
best friend or something.
Yeah, any other movie, it would be his wife that got murdered.
Right, like The Punisher,
Oh yeah. The Punisher's a great one. Or if you look at Taken, I don't think this movie would have happened without Taken. And daughter gets kidnapped.
Right. But this is kind of like, oh, okay, they killed my dog.
Yeah, and took his car. He's always like, and my car, don't forget my car.
The boogeyman.
Baba Yaga.
So, what was your favorite scene, Ronnie?
I really like that knife scene.
Yeah, I think it was shot. It looked like it was shot in one take.
Really? I didn't even notice. I was just with it.
That was the first thing I kind of was like, wait, he's like fighting him and then the camera is not moving, And he's like, the camera's just like moving sideways. And I was like, I think it's in one take.
Wait, which knife scene are you talking about?
The one where it's kind of close to the beginning.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. I think it was in one take.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure it flops sides sometimes, but yeah, I was just so geared for that scene. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, especially, I think when you're talking, like, at first they're, like, grappling, and then they both realize, oh, there's knives behind us, Because both their eye lines look to the side, And they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Yeah, and I love when he's like reassembling a revolver. That's straight from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So there's a scene. I think the Ugly's real name's Tuco. He goes into a gun store and like he's listening to the revolver and it doesn't sound right. So he disassembles a bunch of guns, reassembles it, and then it sounds perfect.
I thought The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was the comedy.
I think you're thinking of The Good, the Bad, and the Weird.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is part of the Fistful of Dollars trilogy with Clint Eastwood.
Oh, no. I'm thinking of another one.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is great. If you haven't seen it, folks, get on it. Let me see. His wife just died too in the first one. That is pretty good motivation. Like, he's already on edge.
Well, I don't know how she dies. Did they ever read
I assume illness. Gwen, let us know if you know how she died in the first one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, and Gwen also liked the quote, he killed my dog. I can understand that.
Yeah, when they're fighting the Game of Thrones guy. What's his name?
Yeah, I think Braum in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us. I know Game of Thrones, the season finale is going on right now in a lot of places, but we really appreciate you joining us. And if you have HBO, you have HBO now, so you can watch it at any time. So we're only go live once a week.
Okay. Gwen says illness.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Gwen. Okay. What's your favorite scene in John Wick 3? And let us know your favorite scenes, comments.
One of my favorite scenes was where he makes him cut his finger off.
Oh, that was a good scene.
I was like, what is he going to do? I thought he was going to smash his hand.
I thought it was like the whole point was getting blood out because it looked like it was like insignia'd. Mm-hmm. So I thought it was going to be like an ink stamp, all the blood getting on there, and then they'd roll like a scroll over it, and that would be his blood contract.
I was already cringing. I was like, oh no, what is he going to do? And then, I was like, ouch.
Immediately. And then he takes off the ring.
Ouch.
And that's like Assassin's Creed thing, like cutting off that finger. It might be from the Hashashin. I'm not sure, though.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That was really intense.
Yeah. Lots of good moments.
What about the horse, where you said he was riding the horse?
I loved it. I liked the whole stable fight scene. I'm like, oh, please tell me he's going to get a horse to kick someone dead.
But wasn't that scene you were complaining about? The Kevin Blar, the mall cop?
Mall Cop, yeah, because that one looked super CGI in Mall Cop. This one, I think they covered it pretty well.
Okay.
You know.
It was a little darker.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe that's how they were able to like cover his hand most of the time. I thought for sure he's gonna put on a glove at some point just to make it easier.
Mm-hmm.
But nope, they're like, you're gonna cut that out of every scene.
Yeah.
Wonder how hard that is. Like, I'm sure they have like a green screen sleeve to help out a little bit, but I think sometimes they got to get in there and, you know, it's like where his hand just moved, put the image back, you know.
Maybe he wears like a little glove just on the finger, no?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Something like that.
Green, you know, chroma key sleeve.
Yeah. Very exciting.
Yeah. It was like reminding me of a Mad Max movie at points because it just kept going, you know, like the pauses, you know, didn't seem so pausey a lot of times, and they kept intercutting like, oh wow, the high table whatever's going to all of his buddies, you know, and make, you know, punish them. Oh, what? Did you recognize that actress that played the director of the ballet thing? That was Angelica Houston.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, Angelica Houston, so good.
Which one? Where did she come out?
I believe that's her in Addams Family movies.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I must find out.
But she was also in that movie with Drew Barrymore, the Cinderella movie, Ever After.
No, but what was her role in John Wick?
The director. She was the head of the ballet school. She was the one who punched his ticket, or tore his ticket, I should say.
Oh, where she was yelling at the girls dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now I remember. I hadn't seen any Keanu Reeves movie in a while.
Yeah. Like it, Before
I don't remember anything besides The Matrix and the other sci-fi movie. I can't remember the name, where he wears like a mask or something. He looks pixelated.
Pixelated
Yeah.
mask. News to me, man. But Keanu's kind of reinvented his career, and he's just nailing it. I mean,
Because he hasn't done anything exciting since The Matrix, so I think this is really good.
I mean, Constantine, I don't remember where that fell exactly.
Oh, Constantine is good.
Yeah.
I like Constantine.
You love Constantine?
Yeah, I think it
I'm
was
okay
good.
with it. I like the character, and like it's one of the characters that Keanu Reeves loves to play.
It's one of my favorite scenes where he puts his arms together and brings up like
Oh.
the angel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty fun movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And apparently they're making Bill and Ted 3.
What's Bill and Ted?
Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey? No? Time travel movie?
No.
I haven't seen them either. They're supposed to be really funny.
The Devil's Advocate.
Oh, that's forever ago. 1997?
Yeah,
27 Ronin. Oh, someone made like a meme thing. It's like Jordan Peele playing Barack Obama and like going around shaking people's hands. But when it's a black guy, like he goes and gives him a hug. And so on each person is like a different Keanu Reeves movie. And so like the little handshake are the lesser movies. And then when he gives him a big hug, it's like John Wick series, or when he kisses the baby, it's like Bill and Ted 1 and 2, you know. I thought it was really funny.
I haven't seen that one, but I've seen that meme. This one, A Scanner Darkly.
Oh, I've never, ever heard of that movie.
This is a great movie.
Scanner Dark. That sounds made up.
No, it's really good.
Was it made by Americans?
Probably.
Are you sure?
Back me up, Gwen.
I can guarantee Gwen has not seen.
A Scanner Darkly.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Oh, here's a question. I wonder how many different ways John Wick has killed people. Some were real gross and hard to watch. Yeah, they brought back the pencil thing. You know, the belt. I love the belt.
Yeah, he whips out the belt.
Yeah, because when he has no weapons, like, that's all about grappling. And it's kind of neat. Like, I'm so glad they didn't just completely dive into his backstory. They just showed, that ballet school and like, oh, there's people Greco-Roman, wrestling. And I'm like, oh, so that's why he's so good at grappling.
Oh, when they're training, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, if you're a female assassin, maybe you do ballet, which I think comes from Black Widow's backstory in the comics.
Okay.
Yeah. Different ways John Wick have killed people. I mean, horse.
I was reading some comments. They were complaining how bad Keanu Reeves is, his acting.
I mean, he plays to his strengths, which is like the cool, collected killer, like very reserved, guy. Like when he was doing like Speed, like him yelling and like emoting didn't work in that movie. It would have been better if he played it cool the whole time. Like Speed's awesome, but yeah, his performance, maybe, little over the top.
That's him in Speed?
Yes! Him and Sandra Bullock, man.
The bus?
Yeah, the bus that could not slow down.
I forgot. I thought it was somebody else.
No, that's Keanu, man. Point Break, too.
Wow.
But yeah, in Point Break, like, there's a bit of overacting. But, like, Matrix is a good role for him. It's like reserved, cool, collected hacker guy that's a little paranoid,
Not too much personality,
Right. And like he does like smoldering anger well. Like play to your strengths, Like Schwarzenegger, when he couldn't speak any English, him playing Conan the Barbarian in the Terminator because he barely, said any lines.
Just out there shooting.
Yeah, I'll be back, That's the most he could do at the time. They played to his strengths.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Which were his muscles. Mm-hmm. Did you see the video where he got kicked? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, what?
He got kicked.
Where?
I'll show it to you later.
Okay. Gwen says some scenes looked like a video game. Some scenes look, they're high action, but like there's one guy like complaining in some of the Facebook groups we're on, like how like it all that CGI looked fake. I'm like, those are real stunts. The ones you listed, dude. The dog running up the wall and like maybe some of the muzzle flashes of the gun weren't real, so it wouldn't actually spook the horses. Because you fire a gun at stable, those horses are going to go insane.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean,
Well, I was laughing at some of the dog scenes. I thought it was like, I'm like, come on, dude. You see him coming like a mile away.
Yeah.
You could have just gone.
Well, I love it. The dog, when it bites on somebody, it just keeps biting, unless it's ordered off. I love that. And that's what I see from police videos. The dog, that's what they're trained to do. They just keep holding. Oh, and I like at the very end of that sequence, they're in the car and the dog jumps in the open window and then the other dog jumps behind Halle Berry. I don't know if it was supposed to go through that window, but she's like holding up the dog.
It was like, perfect. I like that one.
Yeah.
Well, were they German Shepherds?
They looked like some sort of breed, like a little smaller than a German. So maybe a German rot mix.
Okay.
Like I don't know if this is true, but in my book, my favorite book, World War Z, they specifically said when they're training dogs for the zombie warfare, they never use a purebred. They'll use like a Wiener Schnitzel and some other mutt, Oh, I mentioned zombies.
Oh no. Okay.
Every time I mention zombies, the hand's got to come out.
Oh my god.
Is that a new rule?
I guess that's your rule.
Yay.
Gwen says, one problem I had with the movie is when everyone is after him, how come he's walking out in the open and why not wear a disguise?
That's interesting. Yeah. Why did it not try to change his look? Like, why keep the Sergio beard?
I don't know. I mean, when they put a bounty on him, I thought everybody would have been jumping on him, you know?
Right. And it's interesting, like, having rules in, you know, an assassin's world, you know.
No business to be conducted in the Continental.
Yeah. But, like, I liked, like, the huge guy in the library is like, you know, it's 15 minutes, you know. Who's going to know?
I thought he was talking about the Breakfast Continental, you know.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh, and like to that point too, like when he first arrives at Casablanca, he is the tallest guy there. He does not blend in whatsoever. Like when he gets off the boat, like
Yeah.
he is a foot taller than the tallest person there.
And he's wearing a suit.
Oh yeah, all black
and
suit.
I'm just like, come on, dude.
Oh, and I love it how he has this blood stain right there on his shirt from the second movie, almost the entirety of the third movie.
But he had the other side on the first one, right?
No,
it's
it
the
was
same
this side. Yeah, is that where Common?
No, I
cut
think
him,
he got
or-
injured on the other side in the first one, and then he got injured in the other
No,
side.
it was this one. I
Really?
watched 2 and 3 almost back to back.
Okay. I thought I was like, wait, I think they're on opposite sides.
There's no way they would mess up.
I was
that
like,
badly.
what?
There's no way. There's a person whose job is just that. Like they do mess up, but something like that, like the costume department would catch it. You know, they look at photos and they're like, oh, okay.
I don't know. In one of the episodes of Game of Thrones, there's a cup of Starbucks
Yeah, but
cups.
that's a huge show. Like the focus of this entire movie is Keanu. Like Halle Berry, she's not even in it. Like I thought it was going to be a team up movie after that.
She was on for like maybe 15 minutes,
Something like 15 to 20.
something around, yeah.
But that's the right amount of Halle Berry for that movie. You
Yeah.
know? Like it's annoying when you have like super badass guy movies and then they throw a lame sidekick at him. Like I don't think Samuel L. Jackson works in Die Hard 3.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's a forgettable movie and it's a Die Hard movie.
Oh, he's the nerd with the glasses.
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
can't use the gun, right?
Yeah, like
They take it away from him and shoot him in the foot.
yeah. And see, that's not playing to Sam Jackson's strengths. You know, he's not a nerdy, you know, reserved dude, you know. And he's not, you know, a calm Jedi master either.
Master Windu.
Yeah. He's a badass Mr. Falcon.
He's a pretty weak Nick Fury.
He's fine as Nick Fury. he can channel a little bit of himself into that role.
Okay.
You know, he's blowing up stuff, shooting people. It's great.
Okay. Was there any other actors in there? I don't remember.
Covered Angelica Houston. Ian McShane, who played Winston in all 3 films. He's the manager of the Continental.
What other movie does it come out in?
Let me pause. We back? Well, let's assume we're back.
Okay.
So yeah, Winston, played by Ian McShane. I've liked that actor since Deadwood, and there's a Deadwood movie coming on HBO.
Okay.
You should check it out. It's where Timothy Olyphant cut his teeth. It's like this old Western town, you know, where like there are no rules, and you know, it's like Wild Bill Hitchcock rolls through town, and like I see a lot of Game of Thrones, you know, influences from Deadwood, I think now. And it got canceled way too soon. Like, it was such a good show. But it's expensive to shoot, period pieces. Unless it's Game of Thrones fame, HBO has a hard time justifying it. But Ian McShane went on, like, he was the main bad guy pirate in the fourth Pirates of the Caribbean on Strange Tides. Right now he's in American Gods as Mr. Wednesday. Mm-hmm. He's had some cool roles afterwards.
Okay.
He was the voice of the bad guy in the first Kung Fu Panda.
I don't know.
You should know.
Oh, what's his name came out on the movie too? The guy from The Matrix.
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne. Oh, I didn't make that connection, dude. Isn't that weird?
He was there. I was like, whoa, he came back with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, like, it's funny, too. Like, in a separate thought in my head while driving, I'm like, oh, Lawrence Fishburne in The Matrix. But I didn't put, oh, they're in both movies. These two actors together.
Yeah. They have, like, a chemistry,
They do, yeah. They play off, Because, like, Lawrence Fishburne has, like, a presence, like a booming presence, whereas, Keanu Reeves is more subtle,
Morpheus.
Yeah, oh, he's good as Morpheus. Like, what do you think of the Matrix sequels while we're talking about Matrix? And let us know, commenters.
My favorite one is the second one.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with the CGI clone fight?
I love it.
Oh, no. Yeah, CGI just wasn't there yet to use it that excessively. Like, I always think of that clone fight and then Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Like, all his stunt doubles come out to fight him with skateboards. Like, that's what the clone fight should have been.
Oh, I haven't seen Scott Pilgrim.
Oh, I'm going to give you homework, man. I love that movie. It's on Netflix right now, I think.
I like the scene where Neo's dodging the bullets. That's definitely my favorite scene.
Yeah?
It's like the landmark.
In the second one?
This is in the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or when he freezes the bullet. Yeah. And that's when they invented bullet time, when they took a bunch of still cameras and just did flashes all around him. Like a firework.
Gwen says the guy from Game of Thrones was the son that stole his car and killed his puppy in the first movie. Is it?
Oh, shoot. It has been a while since I've seen the first one. You would know.
I don't remember.
Guy from Game of Thrones was the son that stole his... Well, we're talking about the guy who shot Halle Berry's dog in the bulletproof vest.
Yeah, that was in the third one.
Yeah.
But I don't recognize the guy in the first one.
Yeah. Maybe you could look up because I was going through before the show on IMDb, and I'm like, man, I don't recognize anybody. Oh, Willem Dafoe in the first one.
Oh, okay.
I was like going through and like, nah, oh, Willem Dafoe.
Okay. Yeah, I have to agree. This is the best one of the three.
Yeah. Just, they found the perfect way to do it now. Just counterpoint it with some comedy.
Now, something I was going to bring up is, since people are going to give so much credit to this movie, you think they're going to go overboard on the fourth one?
I mean, what I'm hoping, he's left so many assassins alive. Even the main, guy he fights, the final boss of this film, even with a sword through his chest, he could possibly survive. I doubt it. It's funny who John Wick lets live and lets die, Like Ruby Rose, I would love to have her back, and Common,
Okay.
So it would be cool to have all those people in his path when he's going to the high table. And him going after the high table should be the final, masterpiece stroke. So many of these series, they feel like they can do spin-offs. Like a prequel would be a death nail, I think, for that series. And then a bad spin-off would be a death nail. Here's a different assassin. Oh, and he's in this country, Because Kind of like the Bourne Identity when they tried to spin it off to a different person, Jeremy Renner. No offense to Jeremy Renner. I love Jeremy Renner, but I never watched that film. Did you see it?
No.
Yeah. See, no one saw it.
Yeah, so this is a problem I have with. It's going to be difficult to top the third one.
Yeah, but I think like you see with some TV series where they have something great, but it's not perfect formula yet. You know, and I think they found the perfect formula in the third one. Like,
but see, if they're gonna give me the same thing as the third one, I'm gonna say they gave me the same thing.
Well, here's the thing: like, the perfect thing is not him always attacking; it's him on the run. There's something much more compelling with him against the world than him going into a place and being the best. You know, and it's better than just straight revenge. It's like survival. And that's interesting.
My friend was telling me he was gonna watch it in 4D.
Ooh, that'd be jarring.
I was kind of jealous. I was like, man, I should have watched it in 4D too.
Oh, see, the 4D works the best when there's like car chases, flying, and that kind of stuff. Like, I hate it. Like, a lot of 4D, like, there's an action sequence and it just shakes you the whole time. It'd be cool if they did it like every big blow. Whoa, here's a shake. Big blow. Here's a shake. Or like when, like, I love the part where the guy's throwing knives and he uses another bad guy as a body shield and it just keeps hitting the guy in the back.
Yeah.
So it'd be cool if it swayed us, in 4D.
Okay.
Man, that's what I should do for a job. I should be a 4D coordinator.
Oh, Gwen says it's Theon Greyjoy.
Oh, yeah. I
yes,
remember
definitely
that now.
him now.
Okay.
Yes.
I remember that now. Yeah.
The guy who's like, he gets traumatized and he's like a wimp.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's good casting, too. And it's funny how, like, someone will watch a TV series and see someone just nail it in a certain role and then just plop them in a very similar role in a movie. Like, that's just how casting works half the time. It's like, oh, they're perfect already. Let's just, plug and play, man.
Yeah, making the jump from television to movies.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny. Like, people in prestige television can make the jump relatively easy. In Long Shot, that was a plot point. Bob Odenkirk wanted to make the jump from television to film.
I'm not gonna forget that. That was really good.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really tough. I mean, like you take someone from like Grey's Anatomy. A lot of those actors and actresses didn't make the jump, even though they've left television, like it is really hard unless it's prestige television. I'm talking network television.
They didn't make the jump, they made the dive.
Yeah. But yeah, if it's prestige television, it's much easier. Like the kid from Girls is now in, he's the Flash, and what's his face from the new Harry Potter movies, Fantastic Beasts, If you're in prestige television, it's much easier.
Okay.
Oh, Adam Driver was, I think, also on Girls, and now he's like the main bad guy in Star Wars. If you're in prestige television, it's easier.
Okay.
Same with Breaking Bad. Before that guy was the goofy guy in Malcolm in the Middle, he does Breaking Bad. Now he's in major motion pictures like Godzilla barely.
And the other one with Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah, Upside.
The Upside,
Yeah, I always remember the gloves in the background. Check out that video, guys. If you haven't seen it. Any other thoughts on the first two movies? We barely covered those.
No, they were okay. I think it has to be seen in theater.
Yeah,
one of those movies you gotta see in theater. It's just
I regret not seeing the first two in theater, but I added both to my digital library, so hopefully for all time, because they're good movies. They're fun to watch. I liked the second one, like him. He's so pissed that this guy is forcing him to keep killing. And I like it when it seems like both 2 and 3 do this at different moments where it's real easy for him to get into a place and it seems like everything's going to go off the hitch. Then it all goes to shit and he has to shoot his way back out, You know, I love that. You know, it's just a different dynamic.
Yeah.
Yet it makes it better.
Okay.
And and as soon as I saw like him walking in that glass room up those stairs slowly, I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a fight scene in that.
Oh,
room.
definitely.
It's like, oh, that room's too cool.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of gets taken from new James Bond movies, like not Quantum of Solace, but the other one, Spectre.
Spectrum?
No, not Spectre. There's one in the third one.
Royal Casino, right? No.
Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace. The next one,
I don't remember.
the third of the Daniel Craig ones, there's like very great cinematography with, you know.
Daniel Craig is great.
Yes. He's great in these movies too. No. I heard he got injured recently and they canceled his new James Bond film.
Oh, good. Good.
No,
good.
no.
We need a new James Bond.
Maybe. I love the internet's choice of Idris Elba, but that's just me.
I don't know who that is. It's okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you've seen Luther on Netflix, he's really good in that. He says in Pacific Rim, we're canceling the apocalypse. No? Oh, man. Oh. He's such a good actor. Watch Luther, man.
I've seen Pacific Rim. I don't remember that scene. Okay,
He's like the biggest presence on screen in Pacific Rim.
I think the
Other than the monsters
CGI,
and
the monsters
Yes, damn
overshadows
it.
the whole thing.
Yeah. All right.
Next week's movie?
I don't know.
Is it Rocket Man?
No.
It's not?
There's a big movie coming out next week. I forget what.
Is it Aladdin?
It's probably Aladdin.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing Aladdin, and if Rocket Man does come out next week, we're probably covering that one a little later.
Okay.
But we'll post online. Check our socials. No, we're not doing pets. It's Godzilla next week, dude.
No.
It's Godzilla.
Oh, okay.
It is Godzilla. I'm Team Mothra. Is there a monster you're backing yet?
No, they all look the same.
Oh, how dare you?
I mean, they invested a lot of time on you're talking about the three-headed one, right?
Yes.
Yes, obviously he's a big chunk of the trailer, you know?
Yeah.
I don't even know the other ones look like. One looks like a bird.
Yeah, Rodan's like a pterodactyl firebird, and Mothra is a giant butterfly. Moth.
Hence moth, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good.
So see you next week. Maybe we'll get to Pets 2 a little bit next week.
Oh.
I haven't seen Pets 1.
I haven't seen Pets 1 either.
So if you guys really want us to do Pets, you got to send us the DVD for Pets.
I know what pets do when they're at home. They just scratch the wall.
Oh, that's what yours do.
Yeah, it just scratches the wall.
Thanks for joining us. Send us your comments, and we'll see you next week.
Later.